Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. Thanksgiving had always been a rehearsal of roles more than a meal. We showed up, knowing our lines. My mother directed traffic from the kitchen, my brother-in-law poured drinks too generously, and my sister Angela moved through the house with the careful confidence of someone who believed her life proved something. I arrived early, like I always did, with a pie I hadn't made in a jacket I kept on longer than necessary. Early arrival meant fewer questions, fewer jokes, fewer chances to be compared. They had decided a long time ago that I was the one who never quite landed, the sibling who took odd contracts, lived alone, didn't post milestones. It was a useful story, simple, stable. It made everyone else feel oriented. No one asked me about work. They never did. They asked if traffic was bad, if I was still keeping busy, if I'd found parking okay. Questions that required knocking back. Dinner settled in with the usual noise. Plates clink, someone mentioned interest rates, someone else complained about gas. Angela talked about her promotion in careful bursts, just enough detail to sound impressive without inviting scrutiny. Her son Tyler was aiding loud in the way kids are when they know they'll be indulged. He had been allowed to drink too much juice and had opinions about everything. Halfway through the meal, while my mother was telling a story she'd told before, Tyler cut in, pointing his fork at me. "Mom says you're the broke one who never helps," he announced. There was a beat, just one, where the table could have chosen differently. Instead, laughter filled it. Not cruel laughter, familiar laughter, the kind that lands because it fits the script. I felt the old reflex rise. Smile, shrug, play along, make myself smaller so the moment could pass. But something in me had been quietly rearranging for a while. Not anger, fatigue maybe, or precision. I smiled because it was easier than frowning. I looked at Tyler, not Angela, I said evenly. Then she won't need the $2,200 I send every month for her bills. The words didn't echo. They didn't need to. Angela froze mid-bite. Her fork hovered near her mouth, green bean suspended like it had lost gravity. My brother-in-law blinked once, twice, as if checking his vision. I didn't look at anyone else. I took a sip of water. The silence wasn't dramatic, it was administrative, the kind that happens when a system encounters data it wasn't designed to process. My mother opened her mouth, then closed it again. Someone coughed. Angela set her fork down slowly, like sudden movement might break something fragile and expensive. "That's not," she started, then stopped. I didn't clarify. Clarification would have sounded like defense. I wasn't defending anything. The moment stretched, uncomfortable but contained, until Angela's phone buzzed on the table. She glanced at it reflexively. I recognized the sound because my phone made the same one, a banking notification. She picked it up too quickly, then seemed to realize what she were doing and set it back down, screen still lit. My brother-in-law leaned over, without meaning to. His eyes flicked. I saw the exact second understanding crossed his face. Not shock, but recalibration, the kind men do when they realize the math they'd been using was wrong. He said quietly, not accusing, just present. She didn't answer. My mother stood abruptly. "Who wants more potatoes?" she asked too loudly, already reaching for the bowl. Conversation resumed in fragments. Someone commented on the turkey, someone asked Tyler to sit down properly. The laughter didn't come back. It wasn't banished, it just didn't know how to return. Angela didn't look at me for the rest of the meal. She stared at her plate, then at her son, then at nothing at all. Her confidence hadn't shattered, it had thinned like glass under stress. I wasn't enjoying this. That surprised me. I had imagined once that being seen would feel like triumph. Instead, it felt like responsibility shifting hands without ceremony. After dessert, while plates were being cleared, Angela cornered me near the hallway. "You didn't have to say it like that," she whispered. "I didn't say it for you," I replied. My voice stayed level. "Add it, because he heard you." She flinched, not at the accusation, but at the accuracy. "You know, I was just—" She stopped. There was no good ending to that sentence. "You embarrassed me," I corrected. "Something I said. What you do with that is up to you." She searched my face for something. Anger, maybe, leverage. There was none, just tired, resolved. Later, my brother-in-law thanked me for helping out, his tone cautious, newly respectful. I nodded. No explanation. Explanations invite renegotiation. When I left, Angela didn't hug me. She said, "Drive safe," like a truce offered without eye contact. In the car, I sat for a minute before starting the engine. My phone buzzed. Another notification. The transfer had already gone through for the month. I didn't cancel it, not yet. Power hadn't arrived with fireworks. It came like a ledger balanced at last. The family would adjust, or not. Either way, the story they told about me had expired. I drove home in the quiet, aware that dignity sometimes costs warmth, and that silence, once broken, never fits back the same way again.